Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Pacific Standard, guys. With me, as always, you know what? I'm just going to keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling. I'm Carter Briggs. With me, as always, are my two co-stars, co-anchors. What the fuck is this? Fucking Abel Stoica.
What's up?
And Mason Winter.
Carter's not the best freestyler.
Yo, I've done this perfectly every other time. Today we're watching Paddington, or we watched Paddington 2, and now we're reviewing it.
We're going to be discussing it.
We're going to discuss it.
We're like a little book club, but for movies. I can't believe they perp walked Paddington. That was crazy.
Hey, how about before we get into it, does anyone want to say what the fucking movie was? What movie?
The movie was called Paddington 2, and it came out after Paddington 1, but before Paddington in Peru, which is coming out. Yeah, and it's the second Paddington movie, and it's about a little bear named Paddington who loves marmalade, and he wants to get this book for his Aunt Lucy, and then he gets framed as a thief for stealing it by Hugh Grant, and then he goes to prison, and then he frees the prison and makes everybody happy in the prison, and then he has a bunch of what's it called? Yeah, prison escapees help him get Hugh Grant. And that's the movie. And I thought it was great.
It's a great movie. It's a great, great movie with a great, great message. And it tells that message in a great, great way. What did you think, Mason?
Pretty great.
Mason didn't like it.
I've come to expect the, it's the same Paddington formula, you know?
There's only one other thing.
They
kind of ripped off this other movie called Paddington 1 that came out before.
No. But like when he works as a hairdresser, like in the barber shop.
Yeah.
You know, that's seemingly a simple task, and he destroys the barber shop. And then what was the other job that he did that he ruined?
Laundry.
In
the prison.
Was once he got to the prison. But
he didn't ruin it.
He was looking for a job.
He didn't ruin it. He did window washing, and he actually was really good at it. But there's little slapstick interludes. There's 4 slapstick interludes. There's the barbershop. There's the first section of the window washing. There's the laundry. Oh, what was the last? Oh, and then there's the cooking. There's his first kind of moment in the kitchen, and they all 4 of them seem like they have nothing to do with the story, and that they're just 4 like separate. They just are like fun little cutaways, but then they all come back to be important to the story in some way.
It made no sense, like plot wise, you know. But he had the coin in his ear still that he eventually he got in the beginning of the movie. Because it was behind his ear. Magic, dude.
Yeah.
But then at the end, he was able to use it to call the family. Once he busted out of the clink.
Mm-hmm.
I know I talked about it, I think, last episode, but Edgar Wright movies, particularly Hot Fuzz, because that one is particularly British and kind of happy-go-lucky at points, kind of like Paddington. Edgar Wright does a really good job of setting up a bunch of stuff in the beginning of the movie and then having it come back in the third act. That's like his specialty almost, and this movie did it so well.
Paddington has a dog friend that you're just like, oh, Paddington just has a lot of friends because he's Paddington and he's super nice and he makes everybody's life better. But then he rides the dog like a horse.
Yeah. And then like all the neighbors that he's saying hello to at the beginning of the movie, first of all, when he goes to prison, they're all sad and their lives are more miserable because he's not in them, which was adorable. And then at the end of the movie, they help the family start the car, which I thought was also really adorable. And it was cool to see, just little things like that coming back, or the dad having this dream of him being really good at the carnival game of throwing like the ball or whatever. And then at the end of the movie, he saves the day by throwing something really, really accurately at Hugh Grant's character. Like, just those little things really tie it together, and it rewards you for, not playing Subway Surfers on your phone while watching the movie and actually, like, paying attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I talk about? I want to get into. As always, we're gonna have Carter's thematic corner, but I want to get into first. I want to get into first the other theme that's in this movie. There's a second theme, and it has to do entirely with the guy who played the old Doctor Who.
Oh, Peter Capaldi?
Peter Capaldi. Here's the deal. Here's the deal, British people, and by extension, American people, and by extension, other citizens of other countries. Here's the deal. Paddington in this movie and in the last movie is an immigrant, and that's why Peter Capaldi hates him. Okay? That's what the movie's saying, and Peter Capaldi basically says it. Okay? He's like, I never trusted that bear, and da-da-da. He says all the anti-immigrant rhetoric, and everybody...
He calls him an undesirable.
He calls him an unfucking desirable. And I want to tell everyone who loves this movie and loves Paddington, I just want to let you guys in on a little secret, okay? If you voted for Brexit or you voted against immigrants in America or you voted for any anti-immigration politician or policy, you're fucking Peter Capaldi in Paddington 2. You suck and no one likes you and you fucking go cry because you live alone and everybody else has people and they have Paddington in their lives and you fucking don't because you suck.
And that's honestly like the kindest thing that you could compare someone to.
Honestly, there's such worse things I could say, but in terms of this movie, you are the Peter Capaldi in Paddington 1 and 2 of the world. So the guy who makes everyone on your block miserable. That's what you are. If you think and act and vote like Peter Capaldi in Paddington 2. And you're making the world worse and more expensive, but I'm not going to get into that because this isn't a political podcast. But if you're anti-immigrant, you suck, and I hate you, and go die.
No, I would hate to get political. But
I would hate to get political, but
proceeds to get extremely political.
That's it. Done. Period. Look, man, the movie said it, not me. I mean, I also said it. I mean, that seems like I was just saying what happened in the movie. I'm also saying that, but also Paddington said it. And Paddington's the best guy ever.
Yeah, and he's not even a guy.
He's a bear. He's the best bear ever, and by extension, the best guy ever.
He loves marmalade.
Fuck you, Peter Capaldis of the world. Also, Peter Capaldi, I mean your character. I don't know his name. I'm sure you're a decent human being. Or maybe you're not. Maybe you suck.
I have a note that I guarantee that neither of you put down because it's so like niche and not something that hardly anybody else would probably notice. But there's a point in the movie where they're putting the mom into a package in the postman's van. If you recall. And I looked and I was like, I recognize that actor. I made sure. And yes, he's in Game of Thrones. He plays... you noticed this too? Okay, maybe I'm just a big old idiot. He plays the Hizdar Zolorak or something, I think is his name.
What?
Yeah. He plays one of the...
hold on. What? No, rewind. What? What was the name?
Let me look it up.
Carter, do you
The actor's name is Joel Fry, and it's Hizdar Zolorak, I think. Spoilers for Game of Thrones.
I got you. Oh, he's the guy that Daenerys has to marry in Slaver's Bay, Mason.
Oh, I forgot they get married.
Yeah, spoilers for that show and that season that is at least a decade old at this point.
Yeah, I think you're actually spot on. That might have been season 5.
But anyway, yeah, he's the asshole who's like, oh, come on. The fighting pits are fun. He's that
the
guy.
Former slavers need representation too.
Yeah, he's like,
that was his whole point of view.
He was like, come on, guys, BlackRock's really cool.
He wasn't like... He just explained the whole situation of Slaver's Bay to Daenerys. He was like, this is how it works. All these slavers are the dudes who have power in this city. So they're all angry.
But he's one of the good ones, is what he was saying.
Well, no, it definitely seemed like he was trying to buddy up to her in a conniving way.
No, because
But
he
he also
Yeah.
didn't do anything like malicious, it seemed.
Yeah, I think he might have been malicious, but I think he dies before he has a chance to do shit, you know?
I think he was conniving to take her throne, and then she was like, I don't know if you know who the fuck I am, asshole.
Breaker of chains.
I am the breaker of chains, but more importantly to you and what's going to happen to you, I am the mother of dragons, and now you're on fire.
Do you think that 4 people and 1 bear could break 1 chain link while underwater?
I mean, that one guy was pretty fucking strong.
Yeah.
Knuckles, Knuckles was. Do you think 3 people, a bear cub, and the Thing could break a chain? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. I do.
I think within the universe, yes, because he's
Does breaking a chain underwater make it easier or harder than if it wasn't underwater?
I would imagine harder. Because you can't put your full weight behind breaking the chain.
Yeah, but what if you were above water and the chain was underwater?
I think the same.
Okay, nothing. Okay.
Has the chain been underwater for 10 plus years?
No, it's been there for like 10 plus seconds.
Then probably not.
Yeah. I was wondering if maybe there was the minimal amount of density of the water pressure on it or whatever. You know?
Well, as the resident physicist.
Yeah. There's
Mason?
a reason why we keep you around.
Mason, what do you think? What do you think? Easier or harder?
Cap.
I'm asking a question.
In relations to like the physics of the water on the outside or like the actual like breaking of the chain. What are you more curious about?
Both. Answer both questions.
It was a big... Okay, they don't make train cars to be airtight, and the fact that all that water was leaking in and filling it makes me think that it wasn't like... It didn't have that like crazy seal, so the mom probably would have been able to slide the door open in my mind.
Well, she did. It was bolted. There was a chain. Remember, he locked it?
Right, and so yeah, she just had to unlatch that, and she was able to open the door. I'm saying some people have the argument that like you can't even open a door once you're underwater because of the pressure.
Oh, like a car
Stuff
door.
like that. Yeah.
No, she definitely could have opened it because it was a sliding. She wasn't pulling any weight. She was sliding it down.
Even for the 4 people to like open the door underwater, like I don't think you can get enough momentum going to snap the chain. The only thing I think that would write it off is like the quality of the chain. Because like that circus, if like Hugh Grant and like that old woman, if both of their characters like grandparents were in this circus, the circus has been around for a while. We don't know how often they manage upkeep on their train. The chain could be old and bad.
True. And circuses famous for having old shitty equipment.
Yeah.
That's been Physics Corner.
Welcome to Physics Corner. None of us
Also
took any physics time. That's actually how my parents punished me when I was a kid. They made me sit in a corner and do physics equations. And I was like, I don't know.
Now I can't use that joke about Carter's theme corner.
I'm not going to call him out, but I had a buddy just ask me what the word ajar meant.
Mason, which buddy? Mason.
I'll bleep it.
Mason, tell me which buddy. Are you serious?
Yeah, because his car was like beeping at him and it was like left door ajar. So he asked me what that meant.
Are you?
And he was like, how did you know that? And I was like, I spent a lot of my childhood reading, so I probably like learned a lot of words that other people just don't know.
I'm a human on Earth.
But also ajar is not like a wild one.
No, it's not.
How old is this guy?
He's like 2 years younger
21.
than us. Yeah.
You 21 years never heard the word ajar?
Yeah. But I also know that
hell,
it's like maybe there's a couple books in his lifetime he's read. Not a reader. Gamer.
Gamer. Through and through.
Gamer.
Through and through. You know what words he does know? Fear Magneto.
Jesus Christ. I was going to say, I take issue with the Thing pull because obviously you've got Marvel Rivals on the brain.
No, the Fantastic Four trailer. The Fantastic Four trailer came out today.
Does it look alright?
It looks pretty good. Looks pretty fucking good.
I mean, it could be terrible, but it looks pretty good.
Looks pretty fucking good. It's got a Galactus in it. And like old school comic booky Galactus with the dumb helmet.
Not like in the Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Where he's a cloud.
Yeah. That was...
He's a fucking cloud. Yeah.
It's dumb.
It's really dumb.
Well, we can talk about this later in the episode.
Yeah, let's talk about Paddington.
I did not notice the Game of Thrones actor like you guys did, but I had the same situation. Like, remember when I noticed Dumbledore in the first one based off his voice? Like, I didn't notice.
Did you notice him again?
No, not him. Different person from Harry Potter.
Well, it's the same guy.
Mad-Eye Moody.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's the chef in the prison.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't notice it until, because, like, obviously he's cleaner cut in this comparatively to a guy named Mad-Eye. So take that as you will. But I didn't notice until I, like, looked away from the screen and I was just focused on his voice. And I was like, oh, that's Mad-Eye Moody. 100%.
Yeah, he does, like, his face does look quite a bit different because of all the makeup and there's no facial hair and he's got the, titular mad eye,
He's got shorter, cleaner hair on his head, but then he's got like a beard to cover most of his face.
Yeah.
Brendan Gleeson's awesome.
Yeah. He was in Banshees of Inisherin.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great movie.
Great movie. I've never seen that movie.
Have you seen clips on TikTok?
Nope. Oh. Dude, I don't have TikTok.
Have you seen clips on insert app here? Instagram?
Nah.
He's in the Ballad of Buster Scruggs. That's a good one.
I feel like he's in a James Bond movie.
He's in A Greyhound of a Girl. He plays Patty voice. What the fuck? What is this? I'm on his IMDb. What the fuck is going on?
What's going on?
What's the deal with Greyhound of a Girl?
Oh, Noah Taylor's in this too.
He's in the Smurfs 2? The second one?
The best one? You see, nobody criticizes my food. Nobody squirts condiments on my apron. And nobody bonks me on the head with a bag wet.
I wrote down chef at prison, bag wet.
That's my favorite line from the movie. I love how he spells knuckles wrong on his knuckles, where if he spelled it right, it would have fit perfectly, but because he misspelled it the way he did, he had to put an apostrophe on one of his knuckles.
He's got an apostrophe on one of his knuckles.
Yeah, you have your 8 like finger knuckles, and knuckles has 8 letters in it.
Yes.
It was set up perfectly. That's such like those little tiny jokes are so funny to me.
That's such a good joke. That's just a great joke. He spelled it without the K, and he added an apostrophe, which was not needed because they're not his knuckles. That's his name. Grammatically incorrect.
Paddington has like the fake glasses and like the fruit wig combo on.
Yes.
And he's like, please, Mr. Gruber, be serious.
I love Mr. Gruber in this. I love that he keeps calling it a popping book. Oh, I am so excited. I am exciting to be giving you this popping book. He's so funny.
Jim Broadbent just brings just so much energy to everything I see him in. Yeah, he's basically playing the same character as he does in Hot Fuzz. And he's just like got such a fun demeanor. And he's like, you can tell that he's like a great actor because he's talking to a CGI bear that doesn't exist on set. Mm-hmm. And he's just killing it. He's so funny.
That's a thing we didn't talk about in the last one. The effects in this movie are so good. Like, there is not a second in this movie that I'm like, there's no bear there. Even though there's no fucking bear there.
Sometimes his face looks a little uncanny, but just like only sometimes it's just his face. Like
a talking bear can be uncanny at times. For sure.
Well, it's not the fact that he's talking. Just like his eyes just don't look like they have a soul sometimes, you know?
I'm imagining Abel just sitting in his house. He's like watching a movie. It cuts away, like cuts to Brendan Gleeson for a second. And then it cuts back to Paddington. And Abel goes, that bear's talking. What the fuck?
I'm like halfway through the second movie and I'm like, I think this might not actually be a bear.
Wait a minute.
I think this might be CGI.
Did they train a bear to talk? What the fuck is going on?
Abel's watching it with his fiance, and he looks over casually, and he's like, "Bears don't talk."
Okay, you might have got me the first time, but I'm smarter now. I figured it out.
Bears don't talk. Don't worry, babe. Bears don't talk.
Yeah, don't be scared.
Don't be
There's
alarmed.
nothing to be worried about.
Don't be alarmed.
I liked
Just projecting myself being scared.
I liked all the interactions with the chef at the prison.
Yeah, they were great.
Like
How he says marmalade.
and then the smearing ketchup and mustard on his stomach and just rubbing his belly.
I know what
smearing
gets.
it all around.
I know what gets ketchup stains out.
And then he spits on his hand and holds it out to shake Paddington's hand, and Paddington just spits on his hand.
Oh my god, there's a callback to the first movie, because when he has the barber mishap, Paddington licks the marmalade off of the judge's head, right?
Yeah.
That's like in the first movie when she's like, I just wanted to wash my face, and he licks her face clean.
He asks him, he's like, "What is that?" And he's like, "It's marmalade." And he's like, "Clean it up." And he goes, "Okay." And then he licks it.
I guess I'll have some marmalade then.
I guess I'm having some marmalade.
I also liked that he immediately fell asleep upon sitting in the chair.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
That's
I
such
like how-
old guy behavior.
I like how at the end he's being a little fucking asshole, and his wife just goes, "Shut the fuck up." His wife is like, "Shut up. I don't want you to talk anymore. I just want to enjoy my food. You're an asshole." You sent the most polite bear in the world to prison. You suck, dude.
I thought there's two great lines from when the parents are investigating Hugh Grant's house. And
Yes.
they're walking up into the
I know what you're
attic.
talking about.
And he's
I wrote
like,
it down.
look, he might just be a perfectly normal. Oh my God, he's a weirdo. They look at all the mannequins.
The one I wrote before that is right before that. And she was like, "It's a secret room." And he was like, "It's an attic. All of the buildings on our block have these."
The best. She starts going up the ladder, and she goes, "A secret attic."
Yeah.
I loved when they, like, Hugh Grant catches them, and then the dad just tells them this, like, obviously bullshit story about them doing a surprise, like, insurance inspection, and he goes, "That sounds entirely plausible." And the dad goes, "Oh, great."
He's in a fucking robe.
Yeah.
Or also when they're trying to track down Hugh Grant and the family, like while Paddington's in prison, and the family's going like landmark by landmark to investigate any signs of just mischief at hand, you know?
Yeah.
And they go to the church and they meet that security guard who's talking about how attractive the culprit was.
He won't shut up about how Hugh Grant is the hottest nun he's ever seen.
Extremely attractive. And then his best line was, "A nun went berserk. It happens."
No, his best when he's retelling the story, and he's like, he says something about running after the nun really fast, and it cuts to him in the story, and he's like still sipping his coffee while he's like power walking towards the nun. He's like, "Not on my watch, not while I'm head of
Oh
security."
yeah, he made like no move. He just sipped his tea the entire time that the culprit was
Yes.
making a run for it.
Best cop ever. Also, not to get political, but what an accurate depiction of police and the justice system we got here in this movie, where the family does bring some evidence that the police could investigate. They're like, "Hey, look at this evidence. Now it's your job to investigate it." And the cops are like, "Well, unless you solved the crime, fuck you."
Hold on. I can't process this paperwork. You need to go through the proper channels.
Yeah, yes.
You need to take a number from this machine right here, and you need to take a seat, sir.
Like,
I think it was really funny when the mom is trying to like just has this inkling that it's this guy, and then has all these like kind of clues, and the dad's like, whatever. You don't even have any evidence to like support your claims, and it's like, dude, aren't you like gonna help? Like
no,
she's trying to go get evidence. She needs she wants you on board to go see if her suspicions are true. You're not fucking justice system.
He just goes to set up posters. But also, at the same time, like I just said, when she does go to the justice system, they are like, well, have you solved the crime yet? And she is like, isn't that your job? And they're like, well, we can't do nothing if you don't solve the crime for us. It's
also fitting that like the family goes through all these efforts, like running around the city trying to free Paddington.
Yeah, stapling paper into bricks.
And then the way that like they finally figure it out is Hugh Grant is just like, the culprit did have such beautiful blue eyes on the poster, the black and white poster. And the mom's like, you fucking dumbass.
Self-report.
That was a printing of a sketch, you fucking moron. Do you have other quotes, Mason?
Oh, wait, hold on. I forgot. There's only one more note that I didn't cover.
Okay, bet.
It's another Paddington formulaic element,
Mm-hmm.
In the first movie, we needed a Mission Impossible scene. So what do? We give him handheld vacuum cleaners, and he climbs up the chimney.
Oh, yeah.
Second one, what do? Make him walk on top of the train with caramel apples on his feet.
Mm-hmm.
A Paddington needs a Mission Impossible inspired scene.
Yeah. And it's awesome.
Favorite quote? My name's not J-Dog. It's Jonathan Brown, and I like steam trains.
It is awesome.
It's a good one.
It's
coming
awesome.
out as a nerd.
Well, also, to be fair, and this is a slight on every British person who thinks they dress cool. If you like steam trains, you're cooler than people who wear jackets that are too puffy. Okay? You just are. That's it. End of story.
Sunglasses indoors.
Too puffy?
Too puffy. The coats are too puffy. British people love a coat that's too puffy.
The coats are too puffy.
A down jacket? What are you talking about?
Not a down jacket. I'm saying a down jacket that's too full. An overfilled down jacket. And it's got stupid fucking graffiti text on it. It doesn't look cool. And take your sunglasses off.
Whoa, Carter.
We're inside. No, I'm talking specifically... I'm talking about Jonathan and his stupid friends. Remember he passes his stupid friends in the movie and they're all dressed like idiots?
Idiots.
They're all dressed like fucking idiots. That down jacket's too puffy. It's too full.
If this movie
This is such a dad take.
If this movie came out like 4 years later, he would have had the fucking broccoli cut, bro. For sure.
He would have. He would have had the broccoli cut. Abel Mason has the broccoli cut. That's not true. That's not true at all. Nor have you.
Straight as hell. What the fuck?
Nor have you ever had the broccoli cut. I just wanted to do a bit. All right.
No, there was a Bieber era, and I'll rep it.
The Bieber era was kind of. You pull off the Bieber era, Mason.
I had girls touching my hair, brother.
The middle school girl, Abel, you should have seen it. Okay, I want to preface when we were in middle school. When we were in middle school, the middle school girls were obsessed with Mason's hair.
Interesting.
It's true.
Simple girls, it just goes into my head. It's just...
I hate this. My quote is going to lead into a quick Paddington 2 Carter's theme corner. All right?
I forgot we got to do the theme corner.
Paddington 2 theme corner, baby. This one's good. This one is positive. It's very good. Here's the quote. It's Aunt Lucy. Paddington's always going on. He's saying, Aunt Lucy says, if we're kind and polite, the world will be right. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a theme statement. All right? That's a theme statement. And he's right. Within the world of Paddington 2, when Paddington is around and he acts kind and polite, the world is right. And when he leaves the neighborhood, the world is wrong. When he goes into the prison, he acts kind and polite. The prison gets so much cooler. It becomes like a fun little cafe. They're baking pastries. I mean, like, there's no protein in their diet, but they're having fun. They're eating cakes. They're eating baguettes. You know what I'm saying? Paddington makes every place he's in better, not because he's a fun, cute little bear, but because he's kind and polite, and he treats people with kindness and expects nothing in return. He just does it because it's the right thing to do. And as I said last week, this movie did make me cry, because that's the thing that makes me cry in movies. And this movie's correct. Everyone should be nicer. Everyone should be more polite. And also, if you're a Louis Capaldi type, you suck. Not Louis Capaldi's character in these Paddingtons.
Peter Capaldi.
Oh, shit. Did I say Louis? Yo, Louis Capaldi, I'm so sorry. Yo, dude, I'm so sorry.
Like catching strays.
And spiritually dive in front of that shot you just took. That was wild. Man.
I'm so sorry. I meant Peter Capaldi. I'm so sorry, Louis Capaldi. I do like your music. You're a funny guy. You've got the fun little accent. I think you're great, Louis.
Have you seen him with Jamie Dornan on, what is it? Graham Norton?
Maybe.
Great.
There was that period of time, Mason, when we were in college, where you just like spent 3 weeks showing me Louis Capaldi clips.
It's basically a great bit where he's like, I'm used to seeing you with a whip in your hand. Like, it's unnerving to see you without a whip in your hand. And then he pauses, and then he's like, and me without my cock in mine.
First use of
pretty good chuckle.
First use of cock on the podcast. Mark it.
I've been anxiously awaiting the day.
I've been so excited for the first time Mason says cock on the podcast.
I've been counting down the minutes.
Yeah, these are scripted.
Yeah, I'm gonna control F the upcoming scripts for the word cock. That's why these take so long for me to make, is because I have to write all this stupid ass dialogue.
See if me and Carter fucked you over and wrote in that you have to say cock later on.
Okay. Well, at a debate tournament, I did debate in high school. And
oh no.
I love that this spawned a story.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. What's it called?
The word cock spawned a story, and it's about Abel's time in debate club. What the fuck is going on?
So when you're in debate, you're first, like in our type of debate, you read a speech, like a prepared, like scripted speech that you have time to fit the allotted time for the speech. And then the debate goes from there.
Wait, can I one question?
Yeah.
Is it the debate where like everyone's reading as fast as they can to try and get as much information out? No. Okay.
No, that's dumb bullshit that I didn't want to do. So we did the version that is like, here's how real people would really solve problems. So you're partnered up. So my debate partner and he went into our other friend's case, and they're just reading off the Google Doc in our Google Drive. So we all have access to each other's stuff. And he just put the word penis in the middle of the first sentence of the debate case. And we were watching the round, and he got, like, he had to pause and, like, wait a second. Like, he almost said it out loud. That would have been so funny.
No, that's great. Little tip for any pranksters out there: don't put it in the first sentence. What you want to do probably is put it in the middle, so that then they're like kind of
groove.
Yeah, get in a groove, get in a flow of just reading it, and then they will say it. Because if you put in the first sentence, you're still thinking, you're still like, oh man, I'm kind of nervous being up here. All right, here we go. And then you'll read the word penis and go, I'm not gonna say that. But if you're in a groove, you'll get a motherfucker to say the word
so
penis.
Funny. Literally, a dude who's shaking nervous, and they get the first word, and he literally gets up there and he's like, oh penis. He's like, oh no.
I rescind my time.
I'm done. I'm sorry.
If my friend was a crueler person, he might have just done it randomly in the middle. But
what are you trying to say? What are you trying to say about me?
Wanted to trip him up
There's
at the beginning.
In your heart, Carter.
No,
there definitely
think-
is.
I just don't think that you would do that, but if you wanted to, you would know how to do it better, I guess. Is what you're saying.
That's what Mason's saying. Mason's saying it's in my heart. I don't use my powers often, but when I do. Oh boy.
It's not for good.
No. When I use my powers when I use my evil prank powers, it's not good. It's not good.
Might be a conflict of interest on this pod. Carter's clearly a Sith.
I'm sorry.
You're a Sith, bro.
Oh,
I thought you said sip.
I did too. I'm no
Evil, dude.
I'm no Sith, man. I don't live in extremes. I'm a gray Jedi, bro.
Only a Sith deals in absolutes.
That's what I'm saying.
Talking about evil thoughts.
Which is an absolute statement.
It is.
That is an absolute statement.
Only a Sith deals in absolutes. Fucking idiots.
I didn't claim to believe in the dogmatic Jedi. Let's get back to Paddington.
Mason be a dogmatic Jedi follower. Idiot.
No.
Yeah. Yes. Yes,
Dude, you're
admit it.
dogmatic as fuck.
I'll leave this call right now.
Admit it, bro.
If you're I'm not a sheep.
Admit it, bro. You're basically Kiadi Mundi.
No.
Plo Koon over here.
Plo Koon's dope. You say another bad word about Plo Koon, we're going to have
I
words.
literally just came to you with the whole idea about a Jedi who thinks the Jedi are dog shit and leaves them.
You did.
And you're going to tell me that I'm a Jedi? Shut
Look.
up. Shut up.
Shut up.
Don't come at me with that. That's a personal attack.
See, when I use my powers, oh man, I break up podcasts.
God damn it, that was a psyop.
Yeah, fucking, I got you, bitch. I fucking set your ass up. Anyway,
What do we rate Paddington?
can I go first?
Yeah,
Yes.
of course.
10 out of
Please.
motherfucking
No,
10.
You can't.
It's a perfect movie. It's so perfect, it's mentioned in The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, where they say it's the perfect movie. 10 out of 10. Paddington, 10 out of 10.
I gave the first one a 7. I think I'll give this one an 8, but they're really, really close. I just think that the second one is a little bit better. I just love when he goes to the prison. That part's really, really funny. And I just think the third act, it's a lot of fun because it brings in so many things from the first act. You know, just there's so many callbacks and stuff, and that kind of self-referential humor is what really gets me. Yeah, I'd say this is better than the first one, but just by a little bit. Like, they're both great little comfort movies that make me want to, forget about the rest of the world going to shit.
What are you talking about, Abel? Who's getting political now?
Hey. It's okay to be political. There's no
Leave it
beating
in.
around the bush.
Leave it in. No, there isn't. Fuck that bush. Wait.
Yeah, fuck the other bushes too.
Wait. Actually, you know what? Yeah, fuck the bushes. Anyway, Mason.
Let's not get political though. Mason, what are your thoughts?
I don't 8.5. I don't remember what I gave the first one.
I thought you were gonna say I don't remember the movie.
Yeah, I can't recall. 8.5. That feels like a good ballpark. Like,
Yeah, just emerge. When in doubt, 8.5.
When in
no,
doubt. When in doubt, B+.
I felt like the second one was more of the shenanigans from the first one. You know, there was good laughs, there was funny moments, and like overall, like, yeah, I think it has a wholesome, like, good-hearted message that's like suitable for pretty much any audiences in my mind. But I also felt like, at least because Paddington wasn't like, it doesn't have that nostalgic factor for me, I think maybe I lost a little bit of the novelty of like this new Paddington character I was becoming familiar with after having seen the first one. So I didn't feel that like the second one was like glaringly better than the first. They felt kind of similar to me.
Yeah, I think picking a favorite is kind of like, I'm blanking on the figure of speech, but just like they're really similar movies.
Mm.
I'd be interested in seeing the bin scripts for like the alternate versions of what happens to Paddington when he goes to prison. Like getting hooked on heroin and stuff, and like Paddington down a dark path.
You know what was real when Hugh Grant goes to prison at the end? I fully thought that dude would. I was like, oh, so the big dude, like the big dude who like Paddington, like who learned to love Paddington, he's gonna kill Hugh Grant in prison. But he didn't. They just did a musical number together, which is nice.
Yeah, this shit's PG, dog.
I was like, for sure, Hugh Grant is. There's gonna be just like a shiving scene where that dude shivs Hugh Grant.
That's crazy. You for sure thought that?
I mean, I didn't think it was gonna happen in the movie. I thought that was the natural progression for what would happen. You know what I mean?
Paddington 2 was real.
My head just conjured Paddington bursting in the cell with a pot of boiling water and tossing it on him. real criminal shit.
Real fucked up shit. What are you consuming?
What's been my intake? I guess I'll go first. I'm still watching Severance, new season. It's great. Crazy shit going down. And while I was editing the last episode, I realized that I rambled about Severance without actually explaining what the show is about. I don't even know if you guys are aware of what it's about. I feel like you might have heard some things because it's kind of popular.
Yeah, my mom watches it.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
You got your work self and your not work self.
Yeah, you forget your other self. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you got two people working in one body, and it really like it's kind of a cool concept at first, and then they just like go so far into it and like really flesh out like what that means for a person. Like you see how this all works out, and the company that does it all is just so mysterious, and they are really culty and weird. And then the innies who have never experienced life outside of this office in the basement of this giant building, they just have to, I don't know, they have to start figuring shit out, or they're just going to be stuck in this purgatory forever. I don't know. It's wild. Yeah, I really strongly suggest it to both of you because it is like watching just a big movie. Like it's probably like the most movie-worthy show I've ever seen. Besides maybe like Game of Thrones. Reading some comics still. I read the recent Tom King run on Supergirl, and it was incredible. It was totally amazing. Blew my mind. Might be like the best art that I've ever seen in a comic book. Like it was crazy. The whole story is like told from this perspective of this like girl from this like planet that's basically like a medieval technology level society, and her dad gets killed by this guy who's like you find out to be just kind of like this ruthless like merciless killer guy who like he's kind of like a psychopath almost, and she enlists Supergirl to like track him down and kill him, and that's the whole plot. And it's only 8 issues. I was floored. It was wild how much I liked it because I don't really know anything about Supergirl before that. Yeah, I would highly recommend that.
Nice.
Mason, how about you guys?
Mason, you got anything?
Just playing Marvel Rivals.
Just making a push from platinum to diamond. I did watch this random 2013 Jason Statham movie, Homefront.
Oh, I remember seeing posters for that.
He's an undercover DEA agent in the beginning of the movie.
DEA
this, like, biker
agent.
Gang.
That's a Scholastic book fair book. If I've ever heard one, DE agent.
That's a fucking.
That's Captain Underpants'
character.
next villain.
Yeah, true. DE agent. It'd be PE agent, but whatever.
PEE agent.
PE agent. No, that's how they defeat him. They write an E next to it. They graffiti E.
He goes like, "Oh man," and then he just gives up.
He falls to his knees. No.
My one weakness.
But anyway, Jason Statham takes down this biker gang. So then he has to go into hiding, kind of like retire a little bit. So he like goes to this like small town with his daughter to just live there and lay low for a while. But then obviously, he's a do-gooder, dude. He fights bad guys, right? He gets into conflict with the bad guys in the town. Bad guys in the town include James Franco, who's the psychotic drug lord of the area, making meth,
And he plays a character in the movie. I beat you to it, Abel. I beat you to it, Abel. Fuck you.
Fuck you, man.
His name is Gator Bodine.
Gator Bodine?
That's
Gator
awesome.
Bodine.
That's so fucking good.
It's in like fucking Louisiana or something.
I think it's... Yes, in the bayou, yeah.
Oh my god, and his name is Gator.
And so, of course, they figure out that he's a DEA agent. And they're like, we got to take this guy out. And then obviously he's got to protect himself and his daughter. Stand his ground. And chaos ensues.
Do you know who wrote the script for this movie?
I
I just looked it up.
DE agent, baby.
Sylvester Stallone.
Yo!
Oh, yeah, I remember seeing that in the... Yeah.
It's just him. Nobody else is credited.
It's based off a book, I guess.
Oh, yeah. I see that.
But yeah, it was basically just mindless action. It was alright. Regular Jason Statham.
Yeah, a dad movie.
Yeah. It was a quality dad watch.
Good shit. I haven't had a lot of time. Been working a lot recently. But you know what dropped today? I have early access to the 2025 Monster Manual. And I was reading that all at work instead of working. So, new D&D book dropped. Super excited about that. Fantastic Four trailer dropped. Super excited about that.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Invincible comes out this week. Season 3, baby. Excited to watch that.
Finished season 1.
I will fight you, sir.
I know.
I don't watch anything, and I finally watched it. It's so weird.
We shall engage in combat, Abel.
It's so funny. Do we have to, the potential person who was also going to be on the podcast, do we have to censor his name?
No, I can.
Okay. You know how he doesn't have a job right now?
Mm-hmm.
He was like, bro, you trying to come over and watch the premiere of Invincible? And I was like, what day is it? And he was like, Thursday. I was like, brother, I have a job. What are you talking about?
Yes.
Isn't it weekly releases?
Yes.
Yes, but the premiere, they're releasing 3 episodes.
Oh yeah, I forget Amazon does that. Yep. I don't like that, honestly.
I'm into it.
I like it better than Netflix's dump method, where they just go, here's 12 episodes. Fuck yourself.
3 episodes.
Yeah.
Love it.
I like the weekly releases the best, for sure.
Love it.
Give me the entire season at once.
Give me the whole season at once. Drop all of Castlevania Nocturne. I want to watch it. And they did. And I did.
Give me the BBC's Merlin back.
Oh, you know what? Actually, great show. Goated show. Definitely, we're
doing
an episode.
Show?
Yes.
What a good show.
We're definitely doing an episode about it. Anyway, here's what I was gonna say. The other thing I've been watching is Frozen Planet 2 because it's on Max, and I love nature documentaries. They're so fun, but God, have they gotten depressing. It's really hard to watch them sometimes because they give me anxiety. Fix the planet, yo. Recycle and shit, bros. And don't vote for assholes. But yeah, Merlin was goated. We're definitely doing an episode about Merlin. Anyway, Abel, what time is it? Is it time to pick the next thing that we're watching? Are we spinning the wheel? No way, we're not.
Spinning the wheel.
Fuck that wheel, because next time, what are we watching, Abel?
We're watching Looney Tunes Back in Action. We'll be back in action, watching Back in Action.
We'll be back in action next week.
Yeah. You could almost say that we're going to be back in action next week, watching Looney Tunes Back in Action.
I'm not going to say it.
What's on second?
Who's on third?
Looney Tunes Back in Action. Oh yeah, follow us on fucking everything and send us an email.
Social medias and emails. We didn't get any emails this week. I checked. Fuck you guys, man. Send us emails.
Yeah. You guys never write home.
Anyway, bye again.
All right, take care, everybody.